Okay, everybody, how are we doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
All right. So, just introduce yourself, Mike.
What's up, y'all? It's Mike, and y'all know y'all can find me on Twitter at @1pride_JR.
All right, Rux.
My
Tell them
name's
who you
Rux,
are.
and you can find me at Rxbbin DET on Twitter.
And I'm Chris, and you can find me on Twitter at Crazy Hockey Fan. All right, everybody. How's it looking for the Tigers so far? What do you think?
I think we're having a solid season. Nothing special or nothing like that, but at least we're staying in the wild card race, and the division race ain't over because we got a ton more games to go. So I'm kind of encouraged. Like before this little streak of going on the winning streak with these jerseys, I was kind of like, I don't know, man. We sliding, but hey, we back in it.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Rux?
I'm with them. I thought this year, the way it's been going, I knew the hitting was going to be an issue. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but at least win to loss wise, I had a feeling we would hover around 500, maybe be a little over, a little under like we did last year. And that's what we're doing. So I'm not really upset. I like the way it's been going for the most part.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, like, I was kind of pessimistic at the beginning of the season. I didn't think we were gonna do as well as we have been doing. Um, kind of knew the hitting was going to be a little, but I didn't know it was going to be this bad. And the pitching, I didn't think the pitching was going to take off like it did because I just saw a lot of rental players. But what our pitchers have done is next to amazing outside of what I thought. We can, if you want to, we can move on to our first topics here. Pitching topics. And amazingly enough, Kent Maeda's last minute call up for the win.
And that was surprising. I don't know, man. He's been so up and down, mostly down, but that was probably his third solid out on the year. So hey, props to him. I think he only gave up 4 hits in 5 innings, so can't get mad at that. He didn't give up any earned runs, did he?
No, I think he
Yep.
only gave up like a hit or two, and that was it.
Yeah,
Yep,
he's balling out.
you take that any day. Hopefully, he can be more consistent and have more outings like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel like I seen a stat or something, and it was like every 2 or 3 starts, like Medea actually has a good outing, and again he did. And I don't know, man. I love the way he was out there that game. He was just controlling the strike zone and getting stuff on the ground and being efficient. And what we need him to be consistently, but I like
Mm-hmm.
how he came out that game.
Yeah, I'd like to see him become a more of a ground ball pitcher. I mean, keeping it. I've been noticing like our pitchers are trying to keep it in the lower part of the strike zone as much as they can to keep making more ground ball pitchers. But yeah, Maeda. And it's funny because a lot, even the sports announcers said that they were anticipating Matt Manning to pitch. They didn't expect Maeda to be up pitching that day. So it was even for them. They said they had nothing on him, and could that have been the reason why the other team wasn't prepared? Who knows? But yeah, Maeda comes up and I didn't expect him to do that, but hey, I like it. I like it a lot. Hopefully he can continue to build on that and push us down the road as at least a fifth starter.
Yep, I agree with y'all, and I agree with what Ruck said, man. Keep the balls down and hopefully become a ground ball pitcher, man. Like he doesn't have the stuff that's gonna get you out or blow a fastball by you. So that's probably his best bet anyway. So hopefully he can keep consistent with that.
Yeah, let your defense help you out. Okay. Next topic. Reese Olson's continued dominance. This guy, I swear to God.
Yeah, it's I thought he would be good. Had no idea he was gonna be this good this season. Like thought he would have a chill year. Thought he'd be better than Maeda for sure, but I did not expect this out of him. I don't know if one of you guys did, but this wasn't. I wasn't expecting him to be that.
I'm right with you, Mike. I think a good thing to add to this is the way he's been playing. You think he was a sought-after pitcher. We traded, um, we traded Daniel Norris to the Brewers, and they gave us Reese Olson back. I mean, Daniel Norris, man, that dude ain't even in the league anymore. That dude's trash.
Nope.
But we got him in a steal of a trade. Nothing but efficient, putting up good numbers. Obviously, the win-loss record ain't there yet, but you know what? Maybe we could salvage that on the half of the season. So I love the way he's been pitching every single outing. So
Yeah, I think he's had a quality start in almost every single one of his starts. I mean, what is he, 1-5 with a 1.92 ERA? Like, that's ridiculous.
yeah, dude, nasty numbers.
Man, like I said on the other episode, the first episode we did, man. Quarterback wins and pitchers wins and losses, man. Them are not stats to me, man. You can't tell me you deserve to be 1-5 with a sub-2 ERA. That's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. What's up, Tor?
So yeah, I mean, let's move on to our next topic here. So hitting topics, and the first one is Colt Keith's first home run of the year. I mean, I think it's awesome for him to get. I think he's been doing better since they've been moving him in and out of the lineup, like giving him just like not making him a mainstay, like having him a pinch hit every once in a while. I think it's made him better.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like April was kind of him finding his feet, and in the month of May, he's really been the ball player we want him to be, making plays defensively, hitting the ball, working the count. I've liked how he's played in May, and for him to get his first home run was really nice and in a big moment. So,
yeah,
smashed that ball. So, more to come. More to come.
Yeah, more to come for him. It's exciting, and I would say before he picked up on the hitting this month, because I just looked this month, he's hitting I think like 362, which is crazy. But even before the hitting started to pick up, before he got his first home run, one thing I will give him credit for, his defense has been better than I thought it was going to be. Like, that was the big thing on him. Would he be able to defend? And I'm not saying he's like no Gold Glove or nothing like that, because he's not. But he's been adequate for sure out there.
what's cool? Yeah, I mean, he's definitely had some key hits lately, and apparently, like the second month, he's hitting like 300 or something like that. He's hitting pretty good for the second or this current month, and he's been doing really well. I mean, currently, I don't think they could really ask for any more. His timing's picking up. I like the way he's approaching each at bat now.
I 100% agree with you.
Yep. Next topic is the walk-off by Matt Verling, the guy right behind me, right here. This dude. That's the bat. That is the home run swinging bat right there.
We need to talk about that game, man. That game was ridiculous, man. It was so many ebbs and flows. Like, we thought we were winning, we were going to lose, we were going to win again, then we were going to lose, and we wound up winning.
That was the Lions game, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Shit.
It felt just like a Lions game, like a back and forth
blood
shootout.
pressure high, man.
Oh yeah,
crazy. Yeah. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to him, man. Like,
yeah, Matt Verling. I mean, he had. I mean,
shout out.
Huh?
No, you go, Chris.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to Perez, the young guy, because they reported that the bunt decision was his decision. Like, I agree with that, man. I wish we did more of that. Like, if they leave it up to the hitters, I wish more hitters would take advantage of certain situations and try to lay a bunt down, because most of these games we watch, we don't be hitting at all anyway. So what's the difference?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he was like 3 for 4 that day.
Oh yeah. No, Yeah, he was something like that. Yeah,
Check real quick. I think he was 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, or 4 for 5.
I think he was 4 for 6.
4 for 6. Did we go that deep into the?
I think he did go 4 for 6.
Yeah, he was leading off too. Yeah, 4 for 6 with 4 RBIs and 2 home runs. That's awesome. And I mean, this is the. I mean, we can't expect like us to get 14 runs every game, but at least I would like to see this more consistent from our hitters. At least even half this would be great. Like, I mean, just more consistent hitting on a regular basis by each of our players. I mean, even what is it? I can never Cannon. Is that what
Mark
his name is?
Canna.
Yeah, I can never remember Canna. But yeah, he went 3 for 5 that day as well.
And you know what? That last at bat he had, I think that was the one that tied the game, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He was the one that tied it because he scored 2 runs. Mm-hmm. Shout out to him on that batting on that plate appearance, because like the third pitch or whatever they call a strike, that shit was not a strike. And that was not a strike. That should have been a ball. That was a horrible call, and I'm glad he was able to rebound and regroup. And Chris, you brought it up in the first episode.
Right.
His strike zone is ridiculous, man. When he steps,
this guy does not get the benefit of the doubt ever.
He don't get no respect whatsoever, which is crazy to me. But I'm glad he was able to rebound for that, because that strike call was horrible.
I mean, even Torque went 3 for 5 that day too, which is amazing. I mean, and I think that was after a day off. I think that's the thing. I think he's just getting burnt. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I mean, you can't, but maybe that's what he needed. And hopefully the next couple of games here, we'll see. Maybe he can get a few hits per game now, and maybe he can start like showing what we really need him to be.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He's that was a really fun game, and Verling has just been kind of like a unsung hero of the team. I feel like he's been very underrated. In that Gregory Soto trade. I mean, I feel like that was a successful trade for us, and I like the production we're getting out of him. And he can be, when this team continues to get built up. If we add more vets, or if we, more young guys, prospects come up, I feel like he could still be a really solid utility player and serve this team for, maybe the next 3 or 4 years and be decent like how he continues to be.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta also shout out the GOAT, man. Shout out Javi, man.
I know you, the Javi GOAT, man. I can't even do that, man.
He had 2 ribbies too, man.
I know he did. I have to give him his props.
I think he was only
rounders that barely get out of the outfield.
I think he was only 1 for 5.
RBIs.
Hey, he was responsible for 2 of them scores, man.
Doesn't he have like one stat that's really high?
Yeah. Matter of fact, let's shout that one out. Like, runners in scoring position, he's hitting over 400. He's hitting over 400.
He ain't doing anything. He's hitting when somebody's on base, man.
That's the problem, man. He don't be runners on the bases, man. When it's not runners on the bases, he can't get them in, man.
Yeah, I know. He can't get a base hit to save his life unless there's somebody on base.
Yep, so they got to fix that, man.
As
a matter of fact, I'll say this too, because I wasn't a fan of that lineup. That the Kelly, what's the other catcher name? Is it Carson Kelly?
Carson Kelly, yep.
Yeah, and when it was announced he was a DH, I wasn't rocking with that, but he had a bomb, so he shut me up. So that's cool.
I mean, normally I don't like him either. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, and I was like, man, just pick one or the other. I don't like both of them being in the lineup, but hey, they did their thing.
And I was pissed that they sat Kerry Carpenter that game. Dude's coming off of back-to-back games with home runs, and they sit him.
Yeah.
Why aren't you feeding the hot hand, AJ?
He's been good all year, man.
Yeah.
He's been good all year. He hasn't
what has he
been
got?
on
6 home runs on the year? 7? 6,
and
5?
a solid batting average, too.
Yeah.
Is it still true that like they have an analytics guy that prints out the batting order? Because I was recently, like within the last like 5 years, that's what I've heard. Like they have a printout where they're just who does what against the pitchers, and they go.
They probably do. They are super analytical, so they probably do.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that's probably the reason why he was taken out, because why would you go away from a hot hand and just all of a sudden just go with somebody different? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's how Scott Harris teams were run. I mean, you look the year he had it with the Giants when they won over 100, 106 games with a bunch of guys that are really not that good and spread out on different rosters now. I mean,
Yep.
sure they didn't make it far in the playoffs, but analytical wise, they definitely did make the best matchups for their players then.
Yeah.
That was a big part of his pitch coming in too. Like even with his introductory press conference, he brought up analytics quite a bit and all the stuff they were going to be doing in place to get their stuff in order. So,
right,
I think they probably do got somebody doing that.
Okay. Yep. So an additional topic that we just ran into was a Tigers current MVP for the year.
That's a good one.
You want to go first, Mike?
You can go. You can go.
It's not Baez.
Yeah,
it's not Baez. It probably should be, but I won't pick him.
Honestly, I'd say pitching wise, I'd say Skubal or Reese, but probably Skubal just because he has the better win to loss record, and we actually perform as a team when he plays. So Skubal pitching wise, then hitting wise, I honestly probably got to go with Matt Verling. I mean, he has his days, sure, but I mean, it's early. It's still early into the season, kind of, but he's still mashing the ball on certain days and drawing walks and whatnot. So those would probably be my two MVPs, but above everybody else, probably Skubal. It's probably the number one guy I'd go with.
You know what? Put that comment up there, Chris, if you can. That's a good pick right there.
What, Skubal? Oh, wait. I'm sorry.
Torrey G commented.
Of course.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Pauls. He show up to every game, man. He don't have an off day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm with Rux on that. I think it's the pitching. I think it's those two. Like they are 1A, 1B for me or tied. So since he picked Skubal, I'm gonna pick Olsen. Like Olsen got run support. His record would be much better, but he don't get any run support. Like we said just a couple minutes ago, 1-5 with a 1.92 ERA. That's unheard of. That's you wouldn't think that would be even possible. So I'm gonna go with the young kid. I'm gonna go with Olsen.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick either one of those because you guys have already got them. I would have probably taken Skubal, but I'm going to go with a hitter, and I'm probably going to have to go with Kerry Carpenter for the season. He's done very well.
Right.
He's done very well for the season. He's probably one of our most consistent hitters on the season so far. He's done very, very well.
Right. Yeah, besides those guys, there's really not a lot of guys that are MVP conversation, but you could honestly make an argument for Colt Keith in the month of May. April was rough, like I said, but he did have a pretty decent May so far. Hopefully he could finish it good and keep that batting average up and whatnot. But, you could make the argument for Colt Keith too as well, so.
We could touch on the Blue Jays series. That's a good thing, Rux, that you just put it in our combo. Because I ain't gonna lie, that first game, I was ready to say, man, I'm cool. I might have to take a break for a couple games, but we came back and rebounded, won the next 3 of the series, and actually won the series. That first game was rough, though. He got obliterated. Man, that was terrible. Mm-hmm. Terrible.
I'll go ahead with Mike on this, dude. That first game was brutal. I was listening to it on the radio, and to get that one run back, 30 seconds later, I open up my Twitter chat. I see Mike, and he said, "We about to give it right back." And I check, and I see it's 4-1, and I'm like, "What just happened?" And then I turn it back on 5 minutes later, and then it's 6-1, and then I think wasn't the final 9-1.
Yeah, the final score was 9-1.
Just a ridiculous finish to a game after tying it, but I agree with Mike. Them last 3 games, that first game was bad, but way to rebound them last 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, I recall we picked at the beginning, like during our last show, we each picked, and I said, and Mike hit it. He said two. He said two versus the Blue Jays. He said we get two versus. He didn't say the proper order, but he did get two. I only picked one for the Blue Jays. I thought we'd go 3-2. We'd lose two to the Blue Jays and take one, and then go two the Pirates. Mike picked two. So, congrats on Mike picking 2 out of 3.
And I hope tomorrow, like we haven't even talked about tomorrow, but we could, like tomorrow. I hope we sweep, man. It's gonna be tough. Like I think we can get game 1. I think that's gonna be our best bet. If we're talking about splitting the series, we can get game 1. Game 2 is gonna be tough with that rookie on the mound, man.
Right.
That dude he's pretty nice, man.
Oh, Skews, right? Isn't that what his name is?
I think it's Skeens.
Yeah,
he is nice. He's nice.
He was.
But we don't have. Oh no, the pitching matchup changed because it was going to be Flaherty. Now it's going to be. They're saying it's probably going to be Matt Manning.
Oh
yeah.
Not finalized yet from what I've seen, but that's
how is Matt Manning coming back up?
Because doubleheader. The doubleheader.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah. I see.
If it was just a single game, it would have been like the first game was going to be Schoolboy, second game was going to be Flaherty.
Okay, I thought they were just going to continue with the regular rotation in order.
One thing I do want to touch on when it comes to the Blue Jays series, I thought that this was such a big series for both teams coming in. I mean, you got the Blue Jays who are struggling, underwhelming this year. I believe they're 2 or 3 games, 4 games under 500, so they really needed to, crank some wins out of the series. And then there was us coming off a skid and to take 3 out of the 4 against a team that's really hungry for wins too, and they're playing in a tough division. I mean, like it was 3 years ago. I mean, they had 90 wins 2 or 3 years ago, and they finished 3rd place, didn't even make the playoffs. So a brutal division, and they really needed to claw some wins out. But I really like the way we fought this series.
Yeah, I agree because they came in hungry, and there was already rumors starting that they might be putting like Guerrero and Bichette, like they might be on the grade block because they weren't going nowhere in the season as like far as to what their expectations were before the season started. So they did really need to start picking it up because they're going to start hearing more and more of those rumors as more and more they start to slide if they don't win any baseball games. So both teams keep being motivated. They definitely did.
And I'm glad we were motivated enough to get 3 out of 4 because that's rough. We really needed that. That was a good confidence booster for a series against a team that is even if not a little bit better than us on a normal basis. And we showed our tiger stripes per se on that. So yeah, I like it. And I can't wait for the next series, the 2 against the Pirates coming up.
Right. I think even I just expect a split, honestly. Just salvage one game because the Pirates are a good up-and-coming young team. But, hey, man, if we could sweep and keep this heat up, I mean, let's get back into this wild card race and let's make things interesting these next few months and have a fun fall, So
yeah, that would be great. I mean, I would like us to stay in it long enough so that way. I mean, I want to be in it. I like the audience. I just like the feeling of having something to be rooting for throughout the season instead of by like midway through the season, you're sitting there going, okay, well, we're out of the picture. What's
right?
When does football start? When does
right? More hype
for
preseason Lions football games than baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So if you want to, we can move on to each of our players of the week.
Mike, you want to go first?
Shoot, I forgot we were even doing players of the week. Y'all can go. Yeah, let me look up some stuff.
You can go first, Rox.
All right. Probably Verling just for his clutch home run, as well as I like the way, like I said, I like the way he's been playing up to this day, controlling the strike zone and a lot of plate disciplines and getting on base for other guys to try to score in some runs. So I'd probably go with Matt Verling. If not him, Kerry Carpenter. But, Matt Verlaine probably.
So I'm gonna I guess I'll have to go. Gosh, it was a toss up. Man, I'm gonna go with Reese Olson because he's battled through so much over the season. I'm gonna give it to him because he pitched once again. He pitched an absolute dominant performance the other day and finally got his first win of the season. I'm gonna give it to him. That's my player of the week.
Instead of picking a player, I'm just gonna go with the manager. I'm gonna go with AJ. It's probably tough. Like this team was doing bad, man. They was getting on the team. They was getting on him. And they want us to spend more money and add assets and all that type of stuff. But I think he has them in a good spot, man. Like for what we got a team, like we said on this episode and the last episode, we knew the hitting was going to be the issue for the season. So it's been up and down, and that's to be expected. And I think he's steadying the ship, and we're headed in the right direction. So I'll give it to him for this week. That was rough, man. All them games.
So, what do you guys think of the next? We're going to look at the next few games here. So you've got 2 against the Pirates, and then we've got 4 against the Red Sox. All on the road.
Are we home? Oh, you said on the road.
Let me make sure.
That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
We got 2 at home against the Pirates, then 4 against the Red Sox. So
okay.
6.
I think I'm gonna change mine because I said I want to sweep, but I think Rux is right. I think it's gonna be a split. I think we get game 1, they get game 2.
Mm-hmm.
Red Sox, I don't know. I gotta look and see what the matchup's gonna be. But I'm hoping that we can at least split that too, since it's on the road. Split that and take 2 wins.
Yeah, I mean they have basically virtually the same record we do. They're 27-27, and we're 26-27. So, I mean they're in the same spot we are.
Right.
I think we absolutely have way better pitching than them, but I think they're more consistent in hitting than we are. So, I mean,
yeah,
what 2 of them games look like look like game 2 and game 4. Game 2 is supposed to be Olsen. Game 4 is Skubal. So yeah, you got to get those 2 at least.
Yeah, those 2.
Right. I could see 3 or 4 wins out of them 6 total games. I mean, I think it's going to come down to that Pittsburgh doubleheader. If we sweep, I can see 4 games, but if we just split, I could see 3. But either way, winning 3 or 4 games out of the next 6 would put us in a good pace for staying in a wild card race and staying competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey Mize pitches in that 3rd game, and then the 4th game is undecided. They don't have a pitcher yet for that game because we're probably too far out. But yeah.
Now 4th is supposed to be if it stays like it's supposed to stay. 4th is supposed to be Skubal.
Is it? Okay, it shows.
Oh, you got Maeda the first game, and you got Olsen, then you got Mize, then for the last game you got Skubal.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't show on here, but okay. I mean, I'm sure you're right.
I'm gonna stick with 2. I'm gonna say we can take the ones with Olsen and Skubal on the mound. Hopefully, we can get those 2. Maybe one of the other 2.
I'm gonna go positive vibes. I'm gonna say we get 3 out of 4. Okay. I'm gonna go positive vibes. I think Casey Mize has a better game than he had.
Right, a get back game.
Yeah. I think we go 3 out of 4, and then we split, like you guys said, split. So I think in the next 6 games we get 4 of the 6.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you and Rux. I think we get either 3 or 4. So
yeah, trying to stay positive here. Mike made me more positive. So over the draft weekend, he made me more of a positive baseball viewer.
he predicted before coming into the series the season that we would be 0-162. So I think we're doing a little bit better than what he predicted.
Sure. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Nothing but honesty from Mike. How about our minors? How about the minors, dude? How do you guys feel about some guys being called up maybe late in the season here?
I still want to see the most. I want to see the young kid get called up. He's hitting right now, and he's hitting a lot of bombs too. So
Jace,
what's his name?
Jace Young.
Oh, Jace Young. Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah.
Jace Young, Mike.
Yeah, I want to see him get called up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with Mike. I really don't want to see anybody else unless if the Tigers organization feels comfortable with it. I don't want to rush anybody, like you said, how we rushed with prospects in the past. But if Jace is really keeping the heat up and bring him up and let's see what he can do. His brother's pretty damn good for the Rangers, so I expect him to do the same for us.
Well, I'm thinking late season call up. I'm talking like you get to the back half, like the last month and a half.
September, yeah.
That's when they all. I would like to see this McGonigal kid. I've been hearing a lot about him. I've seen him being just knocking the cover off the ball.
Yep, he just hit another home run before we started the show.
I'm sorry?
He just hit another home run before we started the show.
Awesome. I mean, that's
he moved up one spot too. Didn't he debut at 100 like last week? I think this week they got him at 99. So he moved up one spot.
Yep.
Still in the top 100.
He's moving up the charts. I mean, I just see him just constantly hitting. I mean, whether he's ready or not, he may not be ready until next year. Like maybe halfway through next year. I don't know if he's going to come out of triple. I don't know if he's going to come out in play for the Tigers starting like next year, but I think he could be a late season call up and then make the roster maybe 2026. But that's just my opinion. Who knows? He may come out next year on fire, and he may push them to bring him up.
I'm gonna have to look him up more because I'm looking at his thing on MLB right now. He's a shortstop / second base. I wonder what his defensive profile is.
He's going to buy as his job, Mike.
Yeah,
that's what I was about.
But I'm looking at it now. They don't have him estimated until 2027.
Oh, okay, yeah. He could be a very high profile hitter, but if his defense is lacking, that's probably what's keeping him from being projected to come sooner.
Yeah, when we get off here and I get some free time, I definitely want to look into his defensive profile and see what they say about him, throwing convoys on that side of the ball.
Okay, I have one more topic, and I just if you had your choice at at the trade deadline, who would you want to get?
Well, that's a great question right there. I haven't looked yet. I definitely want to bat though. Matter of fact, me and Rex should talk about the trade we didn't do.
Man, Luis, get Luis on the Tigers in a month, dude.
Man,
I've waited 2 years. Man. Get him on the team now.
They traded 2 nickels to get him off that Marlin team.
Alavila is running the Marlins, dude. Horrible trade.
That's crazy. Oh, he wouldn't have gave. I forgot he was there. He wouldn't have gave us Luis.
I know, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how I forgot that. I forgot he was there. I didn't even know he was with them. But yeah, either way, that would have been the perfect guy to get, man. All that dude does is hit. Like, you can say whatever about his defense or whatever, but when he steps up to the plate, man, he's gonna get a hit, man. Like, he was having a down year, considered having a down year for the Marlins starting off this year, and he was still hitting 299, man. I would love to have somebody
in our lineup, dude.
Yeah, I would love to have somebody having a down year in Detroit hitting 300. I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the wish list of Juan Soto, which would be awesome, but I mean, I can't. I mean, I can't even. It's hard to say. Like, would he even pay for him? Probably not. But that guy would be. Awesome.
He said he ain't turning down no offers.
Right, but that means. Hey, don't trade for him. Wait till the off season comes.
Yeah, wait till the off season because
You're right.
You talk about teams that got the money.
Season.
Talk about teams that have the money. We have the money. We're not spending money, man. We definitely could pay him, but he said he's not turning down any offers. He listened. Hey, that told me he going for the bag, man.
Right. We could get him and a good quality starter or two. Man, that'd be a nice free agency.
Make his team that much better, man.
Oh yeah. I mean,
That's
I mean,
probably
I
gonna
think
be a pipe dream, though. Probably gonna be a pipe dream. But if you're looking up teams that definitely had the resources available to pay them, we gotta be one of them because we're not paying nobody, man. We'll get into that on another episode. But we're 23rd right now as far as 30 teams.
yeah,
We can bump that up, man.
yeah. I mean, you guys said it best earlier. I mean, we don't have to be the top payroll, and we don't have to be the bottom payroll, but at least show the fans that, and don't go out and just get somebody to get somebody. Show that you want to win. I mean, you can still have rental players and go out and get some guys because if they start hitting for you, you just extend them. That's all.
Show us that you care. That's all.
Yeah.
Not just doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, because they went out. They went out and tried to get 2 franchise players, and we were happy when they went out and got them. Now, some people weren't as happy with Javi, and it has turned out to be true. Like our stuff that we said could happen has been happening these last few years. And the other guy, we butchered that last year. We butchered that last year. To trade
Talking about Ebrod.
Yeah, yes, we butchered that, and I knew he wasn't coming back. I knew he wasn't coming back. We didn't get nothing for him. Go after they were 2 nice additions at the time, but go after somebody that's really, 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 really good. And Juan Soto, if you sign a Juan Soto, somebody that caliber, you can't knock that right there. You can't knock that. But we'll probably talk more about that when we get closer to that period.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. So we're up to 105 viewers. This is awesome. Thanks everybody. Thank you a lot for watching us, man. It's nice to have viewers out here. And if you guys ever want to have any questions, just put them in the comments, and we can always bring them up and stuff like that. Which could be good questions that we could answer for you, or what our thoughts are. So one more thing to close here. Should we, how can I put this? Let me think. One more question. Give me a second here. Damn, what was it I was going to put? No, can't think of it. Anybody have any? Yeah, I had it. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I had another question.
What was it? Because I thought we hit every topic.
We did. I had one more.
Yeah, well, you just thought of probably when we were talking.
Yeah, it came into my mind as we were talking because it prompted something. But
all right, we'll get it on the next show.
Yeah, we could do that.
But I would like Chris. I want to say shout out to everybody that tuned in and that watched, and shout out to everybody that commented.
Thank you.
Yep. And just don't forget to like and subscribe. Not to us on a Detroit Fan Report. We do a lot more than just us. We also have we also do Lions when it's around. We do What Up Doe. We have a lot of other segments that we do, and a lot of other shows that we do, and we're just getting bigger and better every time. Okay. Okay, everybody. Mike, you tell them who you are and where you find them.
Once again, this is Mike, and you can find me on Twitter at @1pride_JR, talking about all things Detroit.
Okay, Rux.
You can Rux. You can find me at RxBBIN Detroit on Twitter, and like Mike said, and what I'm gonna say, all things Detroit and whatever. So thank you.
And you can find me, Chris, at Crazy Hockey Fan on Twitter. And thank you everybody for viewing and watching. You guys have an awesome day.